Today is difficult. Tomorrow is much more difficult. But day after tomorrow is beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening.
Alibaba Group, China's largest e-commerce corporation, was founded by Jack Ma. Taobao, an online shopping portal, and Tmall, an online retail facilitator, are run by the Hangzhou-based company. In the fiscal year ending March 2021, the company earned 717 billion yuan, or 105 billion US dollars. Ma also owns an interest in Ant Group, an online payment business. Actually, who is and who was Jack Ma? Hello all, welcome back to the channel. So today, let's go through some hidden truths about Jack Ma. Before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Only 6% of the corporation he started is owned by Jack Ma. He did, however, sell nearly $1 billion in stock last Friday, and his current stake in the company is still worth $18 billion.
You are right.
He also owns 46% of the company's electronic payment affiliate, Alipay, which Forbes valued at $20 billion. He failed his university entrance exam twice. It's not like he was attempting to get into the Chinese equivalent of Harvard. In a 2008 interview with Inc., Jack Ma stated that his university, Hangzhou Teachers University, was regarded as the city's worst. Mr. Ma's leadership abilities, on the other hand, were quickly apparent. He was voted as the student chairman of his university and afterwards the city's student federation chairman. He was turned down for a position at KFC. He began seeking other options after quitting his teaching position. After being turned down by KFC, he began a modest translation and interpreting business. Show business and dogs are his main loves. He's gone a long way since being the kid of underground Ping Tan performers, but he's kept the flamboyant passion of showmanship he received from them. Apart from his Alsatian dog, Apollo, Ma enjoys nothing more than singing and dancing on stage, especially if he can dress up in outrageous clothing and wear heavy makeup. His Lion King adaptation is a must-see. Having said that, his performance of Can You Feel the Love Tonight, while clothed in a leather jacket and wearing a giant spiked Mohican, isn't half awful. Forrest Gump has always been his hero. He watches the movie over and over when he is stressed. What does Forrest Gump give Ma? You are you, regardless of what has changed. That's a serious statement. His parents were performers in a sort of Chinese entertainment that was forbidden. Jack Ma's parents practiced Ping Tang, a Chinese musical storytelling art that was outlawed during Mao's Cultural Revolution, which lasted from 1966 to 1976. Feng Xingyang is his alias. Feng Xingyang, a famed swordsman noted for his violent, unpredictable, and reclusive personality, is another nickname for Jack Ma. The moniker is appropriate for his business tactics, but not his public persona. Jack Ma isn't a hermit. As a youth, Jack Ma learned English by providing free tours to visitors on East China's West Lake. Every morning, he would bike 40 minutes to a hotel in Hangzhou, a nearby city. His exposure to foreign guests shaped his worldview, which contrasted with what he learned from his professors and textbooks. He began his work as an English instructor. Previously, the Chinese government would assign positions to university graduates with minimal control over the process. Despite his training as a high school English teacher, Mr. Ma was the only one of 500 pupils appointed to be a university teacher. It was an honor, but Jack Ma was eager to wrap up his 5-year contract and launch his own company. I'm not sure why. He was earning 120 renminbi per month, or $15. Jack Ma was 31 years old when he first saw a computer. On a trip to Seattle for interpreting work in 1995, he saw his first computer and began surfing the World Wide Web. It would be a vacation that would forever alter his life. Ma may not have been an early adopter of computers and the internet, but he became a firm believer in the technology. He recognized the opportunity right away and began looking for ways to establish a viable online business in mainland China. On his first journey to the United States, he was kidnapped. He accepted the translating job in the United States, partly to assist a friend in collecting a debt from an American businessman. When Ma begged for the money back, the merchant refused. Instead, he barricaded Ma in his house, pulled out his weapon, and tried to bully him into making a bargain. What happened after that seemed more like a scene from a Hollywood film than a bio for an executive chairman. Ma was obliged to accompany the businessman to Las Vegas, where he bet his last few bucks on the slot machines and won $600. He then eluded his kidnapper and used the gambling winnings to purchase a plane ticket back to Seattle. His initial business venture was a dismal failure. Ma returned home, excited by the prospect of creating an online business in China, and launched his first actual firm, China Yellow Pages. He scraped together $2,000 from his savings and a relative's loan to get the business off the ground. Ma brought his pals to his residence on the debut date of China Yellow Pages to check his website. Only half of his page had loaded after 3.5 hours. Don't you wish you could go back to the days of dial-up internet? Alibaba was founded by Jack Ma and a few of his English pupils. In 1999, a group of Ma's classmates, who had become friends, gathered at his residence to set the foundational aims of Alibaba. He didn't have much faith in his friends at first. He informed them that they'd only ever rise to the level of mid-management, never vice president. Outside aid would be required to fill those responsibilities. Ma later described that decision as his greatest regret. Years later, his pals were still filling those vice president positions, despite the fact that the outside help had long since vanished. He gave up a significant portion of his business to his 18 co-founders.
Without these tough days, we can never be today.
If there's one thing Ma knows how to do well, it's inspiring his employees. Despite the fact that he was the only true founder, Ma called the 18 friends who were with him in the early days co-founders and divided a large portion of Alibaba's shares with them when the company was established. He doesn't even know how to use a computer. He can turn on a computer and send email, but that's about it. He claimed to Charlie Rose in an interview that he was trained as an English high school teacher and has no knowledge of technology. The only things I can do on my computer are send and receive email and browse the internet. His wife thinks he's ugly, but she's attracted to him because of his other abilities. Jack Ma met his future wife, Zhang Ying, while still in college, and the two married soon after. When Ma retired from teaching, Zhang continued to work as a teacher while pursuing a career with China Yellow Pages. Ma Yun is not a pretty man, Zhang is reported as saying, but I fell for him because he can do a lot of things handsome men can't. He appointed his wife as Alibaba's political commissar. Yes, political commissars exist in Chinese corporations. Her job as a political commissar initially consisted primarily of cooking and running errands, but she eventually rose to become the general manager of Alibaba in China. He made the bold move of asking her to stand down and return to caring for their children and cooking his meals once she had reached the top of her job. If there's one aspect of Jack Ma's biography that stands out, it's how unexpected his journey to unbelievable wealth was. Sure, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett all have amazing stories about entrepreneurs who risked everything to develop massive businesses from the ground up. Nonetheless, they all exhibited early evidence of innate skill in their respective disciplines. Jack Ma is a multi-billionaire with a net worth of $25 billion. Alibaba takes a cut of 80% of all things sold online in China, a country with over 600 million internet users, despite the fact that it doesn't sell anything. With Alibaba's record-breaking IPO, Jack Ma's personal fortune surpassed that of China's previous richest man, Wang Jianlin, who is only worth $24.2 billion. After 4 years, he intended to take over the company to specialists. Although Jack Ma is now known for his provocative pronouncements and rock star attire, he wasn't always such a self-assured technology mogul. He was only a shy amateur with a go when he founded Alibaba in 1999, and he thought he could only continue in the company for 4 years before handing it over to a pro. Ma grew up in a communist environment. He barely got into the university, didn't see a computer until he was 31 years old, and can't write a single line of code if his life depended on it. Despite this, he's the founder of an internet technology company that dwarfs some of the world's most powerful corporations. Jack Ma is a stage animal. He loves to be on stage to give the crowd some high-end performances. His last performance, he rocked the stage like Michael Jackson. With this, we've come to an end. The content in this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered financial advice. All the financial decisions should be made after doing your wide-spectrum research. Do let us know in the comment section below. Also, make sure that you like this video, comment down your thoughts regarding this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated about the latest videos.